Okay, yeah, I'm back. Took a trip to get this sprayer that you see here behind me. It is the Hardy Navigator. I've got my lights on so that y'all can see a nice well-lit machine. What you couldn't see in the video that I made while I was on the road, and I couldn't really make any video while I was driving because it was a bit of a white-knuckle ride. If you stand behind this thing, or in front of it, it is just enormous. It is 12 feet wide to take this down the road. So when you're taking a 94-inch truck, pulling a 12-foot wide implement behind you, it is, you can't just, you got to keep your eyes on the road. So anyways, the controls are here, which I kind of like the position that they're at, because it's all right here. This is foam marker. This is a rinse tank. So you can either fill water in there or you can put fertilizer in there if or whatever you want to put in there, you can put in there. I wouldn't recommend putting chemical in there, but you could do it. That there is for your eyeballs, your eye wash. So if you got a problem, you can just boop, turn it on, wash your hands and eyes and stuff. That's your fill hole there. Yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't visit anybody out there. Not that I didn't want to, I just couldn't. Just time-wise, like right now, it is snowing like crazy. A couple of you United Kingdom fellas said, hey, you wouldn't be able to get away with that here in the UK. Well, that sucks, because here in the US you can get away with quite a bit. Some of you fellas also were a little concerned that I did not have any, that I did not have any lights. Well, right there they are, and they plugged right into my pickup truck. This slow-moving vehicle sign, you know what? I didn't even realize it was on there. I should have taken that off, but I didn't. It's a reflective one, so any bit of visual would be good anyhow. Yeah, the thing is massive. It's just absolutely massive. It has 90-foot booms instead of the 60 foots that are on the little guy in the back there, the 750-gallon one. This is a 1,100-gallon tank. It has 320/90 R46s. I believe, I don't know what size the other ones are. I should probably go over there and look, but I think they're the same size tire. They are, yes, 12.4 46s on that. Yeah, I think I said it's 1,100 gallons. It's really quite accessible. The only problem that I've seen so far is here. They pulled this clip out, and they pulled that out, and when they put that back in, they folded over an O-ring, so it's leaking, which is fine. This here is you pull that cord down, and that dumps anything that's inside there, inside the tank. It'll dump it out on the ground, or into a rinse tank, or into a catch tank. The only other problem that I saw that was kind of major is right here. I got some breakage here. And that thing really, all it does is support the left boom. So what I'll do is I'll pull that off of there and grind it and re-weld it into place and, call it a day. To get up on top of it is quite a step. They use the nurse tank as the step to make the steps, or nurse tank, the rinse tank. There's all kinds of really cool things in here. This here, as you fill it up, you see that little thing falling down there? That'll tell you how many gallons of liquid you've got in your sprayer when you're spraying. And I'm going to pull this lid off of here. I probably should have a pair of gloves on because I believe this sprayer did a lot of atrazine, but I've never seen anybody do a video of the inside of one of these tanks. Right down there is nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. They use that to winterize the sprayer because it's as good as any. This piece here, that is a filter. That is the siphon. That's where the pump pulls the liquid up out of to send it to the booms. This, I believe, is a fill. There's agitation and all sorts of stuff in there. The rinsers, geez, I think this thing fills from several different places. The little thing down there, that's part of the rinse system. And down here, the one at the tip of my finger is the rinse system. So yeah, it's amazing how nice it is. That actually smells like there's been prowl in there. Any of you guys know what that smell is? It's kind of like mothballs, but you know, not entirely, not a really bad chemical to be dealing with, you know, to be handling. Just, I wish I had my gloves on. But anyways, I'll wash my hands. It's got a big ass pump on there, 1,000 RPM instead of the 540, and that's the heavy duty, that's the big one. But that's 1,000 RPM, so I'm gonna have to test that out pretty soon, right away. As far as the controls for the sprayer controls, I have that in the truck. This is a round pin, and I used an adapter here to go to the flat pin on my truck. So you can get this at Napa, and that just converts round pin to flat pin. And I'm actually going to tear this apart tonight when I get home, because somewhere there is a short, it's crossing over, and I've got my brake light and turn signals have been crossed over to just the parking or the running lights. It's dark on this side, but it's pretty much the same on this side as it was on the other side. This machine does have your speed sensor, which is on the wheel here, but somewhere someone decided to take it off, and I found it back here. I thought they had taken it off completely, but they didn't. They just disconnected it for some reason. I believe it had ground radar. I'm sure it did, but they took that off because there's the plug there. So somebody kind of hijacked the ground radar for this sprayer. Yeah, so there's not much else I can really say about the sprayer. Very accessible to any of the plumbing in there. I could show you real quick. You pull up on this guy here. Watch this. Ready? And then you pull that strap, and then you do this. Ready? So that nurse tank, or that rinse tank, flips completely up, and you can get into all your valves. Very simple, very simple access to your valves and your electronics, which on the Hardy Commander can be a little bit of a pain in the ass because there's a steel plate that you climb up onto, and I've had issues with the steel plate pinching off wires and stuff. So that's how simple that is to get to. One more thing. It has an induction tank for your chemicals. So you suppose you fill your tank up with water, and you're going to go to the field, but you don't really want to. Yeah, you're going to go to the field, so you fill it up. You pump it full there. Well, it's a long walk up to the top of those 4 steps, and that's probably almost 2.5 feet to get to the first step to get up into the top. So you just come over here and you pour your chemical in there. Now, this has never been used, which is shocking to me, because they used it as a parts container. I love these things. You just go right up to it and you just pour your chemical into there. You get it to the right liters, US gallons or imperial gallons there, and then when you get to what you're going to do, the amount you need, you just boom. You come over here and you siphon it through the induction right here. You just give this guy here, well, it's in the valve, but you turn that, let's see, there it is. Boom, now I'm chemical fill. Got things going on. Don't want to do that, because I bet I got stuff coming up in here. Did it come in? Oh, I was thinking about it. Well, there's a ball valve down in the bottom, so we only have to worry about that. And yeah, so that's pretty much the overview of the Hardy sprayer. It has 90-foot booms on it, not 100s. The old 750 Hardy sprayer that has 60. So that's pretty much one down and back is going to eliminate one pass with the other sprayer. So it's going to save me a bunch of time. Plus the tank is a 1,100 gallon versus a 750 gallon with this reserve of, I'm going to say 250 or so gallons. It might even be 300 gallons in that rinse tank, which I may use as fill that with fertilizer too. Just fill her up and run her in. I don't know. I could do anything with it. So, or I could use just put water in there. And if I get a field that has some shit in it, then I can, you know, like a 2,4-D or something, I can just pump the water into the tank there and then add my chemical in the induction tank. But this is definitely going to be a long-winded video. I appreciate you watching it. It has triplex valve nozzles onto it, as you can probably see here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the three. I got a pink one, a brown one, and a red one. The red one that sticks down really far, that is an air nozzle. I'll probably be keeping those on and just using the QuintaStream nozzles for nitrogen, and then those red air nozzles or the brown nozzles I'll use for 2,4-D application. But anyway, oh yeah, one more thing, I forgot to say it, and I know I did. This is the foam marker tank right there. So that's where you fill that with water, put foam marker soap in there, and your dye, which they obviously did because it's pink, and you're good to go. So, hope you enjoyed it. It was a hell of a pull home. Again, I'm sorry I didn't get to see everybody, or anybody. I didn't see anybody. I mean, I lived in the truck, even brought my own sandwiches. So, anyways, thank you. Bye.